Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Near Reincarnation, let's have a look at the Win selection quests. We'll talk about Gargas a little bit, and then at the end of the video we'll talk about Cyril here. She is a new handout MR Wind unit in JP. This is going to follow the format of the other ones that I've done. I'll just talk about stages 1 through 10, which characters I used. I also did this for Fire and Light, Earth, and Water. So now I've taken 5 of the 8 characters, selection quest characters, to at least level 115. So I think I can formally say that I am a selection quest fan. Alright, but first let's talk about Gargas. He is the reward unit. You can get him from beating the first quest, and then you can use him throughout. But he is a main jaw black mage, which is maybe not so popular these days, but I still like it. And then he also has his own vision card, MR vision card, and then with the EX stages he has his own staff. And if you equip all of that stuff onto him, it kind of covers the weaknesses of black mages, casting times in particular. And yeah, he's pretty popular among JP players. I think among selection quest units, he's maybe top 3 most popular. But let's look at his resistances. He has good resistance to magic, and then also coupled with some spirit penetration. He's a good magic versus magic character. And then Trustmaster here, this is nothing really special. Give you some magic and spirit and HP, and then AoE magic buff. That's okay. Magic attack buff, not a magic stat buff. I probably will never use this. Alright, and then sub-jobs, he's got the Kotodama Wielder. This is good for kind of medium to short range attacks. I think there's a 100% hit attack in there. And then a Green Mage. This is interesting because there's like a haste in there. There are some attack spells. So yeah, there are some things that he can do. There's some variety, but I think Black Mage is most often what you're going to be using with him. And then in the selection quests, he was really useful. Black Mage has some non-elemental stuff. He also has poison. Those are both things that are useful in the missions 1 through 10 of selection quests. Alright, but let's go through. Won't get into super detail here. Maybe I'll do a level 120 review of him later. But Flare, yeah, with his casting time, his Flare is going to be pretty quick, actually. So yeah, Toad, Arrow, Bio, right. Drain, this is a non-reflectable magic spell. That could be important. Sleep and Aspel, fine. Kotodama Tsukai. Let's see if he has that 100% hit attack. He has the move and attack here, that's okay. Pretty big AoE, that's good. Here we are. This is the 100% hit attack, so you could use him against evade characters. Alright, and then finally, Green Mage. We have the breaks, break defense, break spirit, haste. He does weak, that's nice. That's another good attack spell. A little bit of AoE. Will also imperil all elements. Ruin, okay. And then we can look at his upgraded skills with EX jobs. His magic up support ability will be upgraded. Raise magic and also spirit penetration. So yeah, he could be a tank buster. Then Eroga will get upgraded. Bigger AoE and then casting time down. Let's have a look at that. There we are. Okay, so it's not the big diamond, but it's a square, which is, better than usual. So yeah, from that he gets pretty big range as well. That's pretty cool. And casting, this counter is a 307. That's pretty high. It'll come up pretty quickly. Okay, HP up here. And then the job level 25 skill, Area Punish, rather. Will break AoE resistance, that could be good for the teammates as well. And then super small damage, but big AoE and crazy range. What is that, a range of 5? And then with the AoE he could hit guys, 7 panels away? It's pretty insane. So yeah, Gargas's kind of strength is his range and then fast casting time. And we can look at the mastery ability here. Wind party buff, and then for self, casting time down 20%, air effect resistance +5. Get all this stuff together. I think he's going to be one of the best UR mages. And then let's look at his Apple Vision card. There we are. Gained AP up for the party. That's good for everybody. Let's see, critical rate up 15, fine. And then here, we have magic up 30%. That's very nice. And then that will also stack with a party magic up. So you could use Ramu or something. And then spirit penetration up 20. That's in addition to what he had before. And then even shorter casting time here. And then his staff that you get for EX jobs. I'll talk about that when I do part 2 of this video. When I talk about the EX stages, I'll try to do the clears for those maybe this weekend, and then make videos for those. Okay, next let's talk about the characters that I used. As you can see, I didn't take any of the standard pool MR characters to EX jobs. It wasn't necessary. Loreda was great. She had great range, pretty good damage, and then stuff like Don't Move or Poison were really good. So yeah, there were times when she was like holding down one side of the field while all of my other guys were just doing something over here. So yeah, she was kind of indispensable. But she has AP problems, so she might be the best candidate for bells. And then we had Dario. Great as a tank, of course, for both magic and physical. And then some nice status effects like Silence. Silence came in handy. And then a pretty good damage as well. If you take him to EX jobs, his damage will get even greater, but I didn't feel like I needed it for stages 1 through 10. Maybe I will for the EX stages. Alright, then we got Helena. Healing. She also has Weak for the Element in Peril. Good damage from that. And then the Haste from the Green Mage. And that's mostly what I used her for. Didn't really need Quick. And then Kadia I did not use, but I think she has potential in these selection quests. She has the Spellblade subjob, and you can use like Attract Blade, whatever. I have used her a little bit, and she did good damage, so yeah, if you were low on damage, you could use her. Also maybe some healing. Socia did not use, but if she could be a good damage dealer, maybe she would have a place. And then Mia, I tried. There are some enemies in every stage that are weak to Steel Heart, but it's kind of unreliable. Maybe the characters that you steal the heart of aren't going to do what you want. And then she would go down pretty easily. If you really piled on the evade, like with Trustmaster runes, with Subvision cards, like Chaos Odin and stuff, then maybe she could be a tie-up unit, but yeah, I didn't have all of that ready for her, so I benched her. Okay, finally, let's talk about Cyril, and we'll talk a little bit in detail about her. She is an MR unit, cost 50, but attack is very good, and so is accuracy. And we can look at her resistances. That's pretty typical, I think. And Trustmaster, Axe, 163 attack, and then on regular attacks will restore AP. That's okay. Regular attacks restore AP anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I used the Muraga's Axe on her, and that was just fine. And then subjobs, Monk, and then Nightblade, and main job is the Strider, which is the same as the Summer Kilfe. Nightblade, that does mean that she can equip the Exorcist Vision card, and then get in the 3-hit evade break, so that's very useful. I guess we can go through Strider. Actually, let's look at her EX upgraded skills first. Alright, this one will get AP cost down. AoE attack will break AoE resistance. Will break physical barriers, and then do big damage. And that is this one here, so short range, but being able to hit those diagonal panels is actually very useful. I did not use that too much, unless I was already very close and there were guys standing next to each other. And then we have here support ability. will raise accuracy, defense penetration, and then slash resistance penetration. So yeah, there's kind of nothing you can block against her, unless you have like wind resistance, so that's good. Attack up here, node, and then job level 25 skill. This kind of created a little bit of a buzz when it was released. Will disable protect, shell, and then rune blade. And pretty good range there. At the moment, it's only Celas that can do the rune blade. And so really, I feel like this skill is better, or like better to be used for the protect and shell break. And that also makes her a good tank buster for that. Alright, finally we got the mastery ability, wind party buff, her own HP up, and then slash attack up. Fine. The thing about Cyril, however, using her in the selection quests, she was functioning basically just as an attacker, as a damage source. She didn't have like really any support stuff, or like breaks, or status effects that really helped me, like silence, or poison, or don't move, or like just basic healing. She was just a damage source, and so if you had other wind characters that were good damage sources, then you probably wouldn't need to go for Cyril. But my opinion might change once I go through the EX stages. Okay, so that was my look back at the stages 1 through 10 of the Wind Selection Quest, talking about Gargas and the new Cyril. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.